Hey there, guys. This is Flamzeron, aka YouTube's Tasuke, for more E3 fun. Though I guess this technically is pre-E3. It just the English version of this game got announced for E3, and I've talked about it a fair amount on the podcast. But for those of you who don't know, there's a game coming out called Fate Extella. That's a Fate Stay Night Dynasty Warriors game. And if you do some research and you look at all the articles and all the reports about it, it's especially if you look at the gameplay footage, like you might be thinking, "Oh, it's just another like Dynasty Warriors hack and slash light game." No, it seems like the way the game is structured, with like the fortresses and leaders, for lack of a better term, that the game has set up. I'll try and find the article that talks about like the game features and whatnot. I think it was actually part of one of the recent episodes of the podcast, but it goes into detail about how general fights are going to go, and it sounds very similar to Dynasty Warriors, but regardless, this game sounds fucking awesome. Because I love Fate Stay Night, and I really like the series, and I really like the games, particularly Fate Extra. I don't know if I've ever talked about that game before. I think I have, but I really like sort of like the combination of an RPG and a visual novel. But besides Fate Unlimited Codes, none of them had really taken an action oriented. All the ones that were released in English. I know there have been some that were released in Japan, but not too many of them have been action oriented. And this is one that was actually going to be action oriented, and it looked really cool. And at first, it was only revealed that characters from Fate Extra, like the Red Saber, Nero Claudius, and the caster, I think her name is Tanamo or Tamamo no Mae or something. She has some Japanese like name. They were at first the only ones announced. In fact, I think obviously there's Red Saber in the picture. And the caster, the blue female, that's the one that they announced as well. But then recently, actually, they announced the blue saber from Fate Stay Night, Artoria Pendragon. And that's one thing I should note is that because there's so many different characters in this one, that by basic Fate Stay Night rules would be referred to as by the same name. They're being referred to by their actual real names. Like, for example, the Red Saber from Fate Extra, she's being called Nero Claudius, as she's normally called, and the Blue Saber from Fate Stay Night, she's being called Artoria Pendragon. Gilgamesh is also in this, and the Archer from Fate Stay Night, the Unlimited Blade Works one, he's being called Nameless, which makes sense given that his identity, even though those who've been keeping up know who his identity is. Whether you watch the anime Unlimited Blade Works, like the TV show, or the movie. I watched some of the anime, but I mainly watched the movie. I didn't watch much of the anime, is what I'm trying to say. Know who he actually is. And Jean d'Arc was announced in one of the sabers from Fate Grand Order, though I think technically Jean d'Arc, or Joan of Arc, or however you say it. I'm used to, I haven't, whatever. I think she's technically from Fate Grand, like her design, because I know she was mentioned in Fate Zero, but I think technically her design comes from Fate Grand Order or Fate something else. One of the Fate light novels or mobile games. And I'll get to the point. Basically, this game was announced for English release at E3 under the title Fate Extella: The Umbral Star. It's being done by Xseed or Marvelous. And this little screen cap here is actually from the trailer, which you can find if you are subscribed or if you just look around. And it looks really cool. Subtitled. It's going to be subtitled, I think, especially considering the majority of these characters don't have voices. I think a lot of them didn't actually have Japanese voices originally. I think some characters are being cast specifically for this game. Certain characters like Artoria or Nero or Nameless or Gilgamesh, who have already have voice actors, uh, they're going to be brought over. Those voice actors are going to be brought over for this game. So like Ayako Kawasumi for Artoria, Junichi Suwabe for Nameless. Though I really just call him Archer. Tomokazu Seki for Gilgamesh, and I think her name is Sakura Tenge, who does Nero, who's actually probably my Fate Stay Night waifu. You would think that Blue Saber is my waifu, especially if you know how I am with like the schoolgirl and like the white blouse look, which you would be right. That is a nice look, but I don't know. Red Saber suits my waifu fancy, and listening to her in Fate Extra is really pleasant. I think she's going to be really fun to play as. Plus, I think she's going to be unlocked from the beginning, I think. So, based on pre-order bonuses, it seems like this game's going to have extra costumes. So, those of you like me who are after Waifu Wars will be able to, for example, Blue Saber Artoria, she'll probably have her suit, her dark suit from Fate Zero. She'll probably have her white blouse and blue skirt from Fate Stay Night. Maybe the dress from Unlimited Blade Works and whatever else she wears. I wonder if Saber Alter will appear. I imagine Saber Lily. I don't know how they'll handle that, because I remember in Unlimited Blade and Unlimited Codes, it was treated as like a separate thing. It was treated as an extra costume for Saber, even though she played exactly the same as Saber. Hopefully the Lancer, both Lancers, like the blue Lancer and the Lancer from Zero, and Assassin, even though he doesn't really have an identity, which I don't know. I don't know if they should call him Nameless, or I don't know. They'll figure something out. But most of the servants have identities, I think. From what we've seen of the game, for those who've read the articles, it seems like it's going to take some of the regular RPG elements from Fate Extra, like walking around the town and like talking to people and whatnot, and incorporate basically the battle system is going to be more like Dynasty Warriors, which is actually more up my alley than Fate Extra. I mean, it was unique. It was a bit hard, and it's a bit more. You just kind of have to guess. It's a bit of a guessing game, and I know that kind of annoyed some people, though I tolerated it. I think you can choose your master's gender and probably their name as well. I'll probably just name my guy Ryan. I don't know. I've gotten into naming characters after just my name lately. So. I'm trying to think of what else I can say about this. It has a Japanese release date, I believe. I don't remember specifically what that Japanese release date is, but I'm going to briefly look it up, and it is coming out in November 10th, 2016, according to Wikipedia, which I might actually look through again. It's going to be coming out in the fourth quarter of 2016, so not too far away after. But yeah, and it's coming out on PS4 and the PS Vita. I don't think they said anything about a Steam version anywhere. I'm going to be getting it on PS4. Like I said, I upgraded my PS4 to have 2 terabytes worth of space, so I've got plenty of space for all these games coming out for PS4, like Berseria and Shenmue 3 and Berserk, Muzo, whatever they end up calling it in English, and this game, which I was pumped for this game, honestly. I don't remember who's developed. I don't think Omega Force is developing it. In fact, since I've got the page up, I'll just take a quick look. Yeah, actually, Marvelous is developing it, and they're publishing it in Japan. So I mean, it's a Dynasty. The Dynasty Warriors formula is not really that tough to mess up. So I'm looking forward to this game. It's gonna be awesome, and I know there's a Fate Extra anime coming out as well, and I think this. I don't know if this is gonna be a tie into that, but I'm still looking forward to this game. It's gonna be friggin' awesome. Um, Hopefully they'll include more servants and more mainly more servants. I hope they include all the servants they can, preferably all the ones from Fate Stay Night and all the ones from Fate Zero. That would satisfy me. They're already like part of the way there. They're not even really that close. The ones from Fate Hollow Extella or Exteria or however you say it, the weird spin-off sequel that included Avenger that was like a weird Shiro thing. But yeah, I guess that's really all I can say about it. I'm probably going to read up more, and I encourage y'all to do the same. Like I said, I'm going to have a link in the description about the article I was talking about that goes into more detail about the games. And once you read that, you'll see what I mean when I say that this game is, by textbook definition, Dynasty Warriors. But yeah, this game looks friggin' awesome. I'm going to play it. If it has online, we should all play together. Play this game with me. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just a little excited. But this game does look fucking awesome. Alright, this is Flamzer on aka YouTube Tasuke signing out. See you later.